Today's joke of the day is being brought to you by White Mountain Cooler. Some people get it. Some don't.
Here we go.
I'm supposed to say that now.
Today's joke of the day comes from Letty Jewell. Letty, your Asylum shirt is indeed your Asylum shirt. A Jimmy Swaggart joke. Guys, you ready?
Yeah.
What is the difference between a pickpocket and Jimmy Swaggart?
I don't know what is the difference between a pickpocket and Jimmy Swaggart.
Well, a pickpocket is a watch snatcher.
You gotta explain that to me.
There's a P.S. on here from Letty. P.S. P.S. Uncle Ron and guys, why aren't cowboys circumcised? Anybody know that?
Why aren't cowboys circumcised?
Well, that's so they'll have a place to put their skull when they're eating. Thank you. Please stop. Don't send money.
A roar from the huddled masses.
Oh, God.
Who is this?
Well, I can't give my name on the air.
Okay, I understand you want to be anonymous.
Yeah,
Jane Doe, we'll call you.
there you go.
Who do you want to dedicate this to, Jane?
Mr. Robbie.
Robbie who?
Robbie, I can't say his last name.
Okay.
Made my sister really happy because they were going out, and then he decided to go back to his wife. He was in the middle of a divorce, and he decided to go back to his wife, and it messed up our whole house because now Kathy's just mad at everybody.
All right, so you want to dedicate this to who?
Robbie,
Robbie.
it is for you.
You're breaking my heart. You're tearing it apart. So you.
There you go, Robbie. And there you go, Jane Doe.
Thanks a lot.
And tell your girl, you tell your... no.
Okay.
I'm stuck on the microphone.
Oh, geez, not again.
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Oh, okay, I'm off. Why do we need a windscreen? I mean, a beard and a windscreen, it's like Velcro. We're in a studio. There's no wind.
It's not the beard. It's the damned glue that hasn't dried.
Thanks for bringing that up in front of everybody.
It's a little crooked, too, today.
722 QMF.
At St. Francis High School.
Glenn Campbell.
You know, I thought he was
Unbelievable.
Dean Campbell.
No, Nan Campbell.
Nan Campbell. What does she do there?
Well, she puts people in jail.
Oh, okay. Somebody's got to do it. You know.
Maybe people shouldn't break the law.
Oh, stop.
What? You can't steal.
This for Nan Campbell?
Yes.
Here we go.
You're breaking my heart. You're tearing it apart. So you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, now, ma'am, what's your name?
Wendy.
Wendy. Who are you going to wake up for us, Wendy?
Mom and my sister.
Your mom and your sister are sleeping soundly. Now, let me ask you something.
Pitcher water.
What the hell are they doing in the same bed?
I
It's one of
don't
those, like, kinky California relationships you read about in Hustler?
my little sister.
Oh, okay. Oh, don't throw water on a kid. Come on.
Come on.
How old is she, Wendy?
13. She's not that little.
All
Okay,
right,
that's
yeah.
good enough.
Go ahead and
Douse her. Okay, now hold
Douse.
the phone as close to him as you can
Ready.
so we can hear what they do. Here we go. Rude awakening, folks.
I got him.
Well,
We didn't hear anything.
I think they're just shocked.
Are they moving or what?
Well, so are we.
Yeah, I think I just shocked them to death.
Well, there you have it, folks. We just killed 2 human beings on this show.
2 dead people laying in
Two
bed.
dead
Mom wants to
people.
know what I got for it.
Your mom wants to know what you got for it.
Yeah, because I'm really going to get it.
Okay. Let's see. Give me that consolation prize box there, Traffic Wade. Traffic McGill is now going to hand me the consolation prize box.
Here you go, Uncle Rock.
Thank you, sir.
What's in there?
Reach down in there and see what we got.
Consolation prize box.
what's
Boy,
in
that's
there?
a big one. Oh,
Don't hurt yourself.
nothing in there.
Nothing.
Sorry.
You're a man who's not afraid to be noticed.
On a human being.
Uncle Ron's Asylum is intended for a mature adult audience. Parental discretion is advised.
Oh!
Friday play
Lodi.
of the Ogan.
Lodi.
Tell me about it here.
Old Man River.
Uncle Ron.
What?
It's a rib.
River. Thanks.
The authenticity.
Oh!
gonna last you all
I
weekend.
know it. Don't get to do this again until Monday, so I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it while I can.
Yeah, I think you ought to go ahead and...
Now that is
What?
that is a ballpark Frank right there. Whoa! Okay, send us send us a joke of the day that we use on the radio. We'll get you lunch at the Subway with 11 convenient locations now open until they close it. Here we go.
Here we go.
This one came to us from an anonymous listener who doesn't want their name used, apparently. They don't want to be embarrassed.
So we get lunch.
We get the lunch.
Or dinner at Subway.
Here it is. A preacher who advertises himself as a great healer
Hallelujah.
sets up a tent in a small rural Kentucky town.
Tough word to say.
Rural.
That evening,
Kentucky
a
town.
gentleman comes in on crutches and says to him, "There ain't no doctor's been able to cure my leg. Can you heal me, please?" And the preacher says, "What's your name, brother?" The guy in the crutches says, "Bob."
Brother Bob.
Preacher says, "Bob, you go behind that red curtain." Bob limps off behind the red curtain. And my mind went blank.
Yeah, that's understandable. 60s. We've heard of
A
that.
moment later, another man walks in and says, "Sir, can you help me with my stuttering?" Preacher says, "Brother, what is your name?" He says, "John."
Brother John.
Preacher says, "Brother John, you go behind that red curtain." So he walks off behind the curtain.
Same red curtain.
10 minutes of frenzied preaching and praising and hallelujahing and glorying and all
preacher
that stuff.
Yeah.
The tent is just shaking with all this preaching going on. The healer throws his hands up in the air, raises his eyes to the ceiling, and dramatically shouts, "Bob, behind the red curtain, drop your crutches. John, behind the red curtain, say something." There's a silence for a few moments, and a voice from behind the red curtain says,
What?
But Bob just fell on his ass." I love that joke. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
If you love the taste of smooth milk chocolate and light crispy wafers,
I think
All
it
right.
sprang like in 1960.
Send us a joke that we use on the radio. We'll get you lunch at the Subway with 11 convenient locations now open until 2 a.m. This one was phoned in to me yesterday during the Get Back show. A guy called and told me this one, and I gave him lunch. So here we go. Do either of you gentlemen know what Kitty Dukakis and Lawrence Taylor of the New York Giants have in common?
Kitty Dukakis.
And Lawrence Taylor. What do those two have in common?
We don't know.
Well, they both like to blow a little dope.
Mature adult audience. Parental discretion is advised.
You changed the deal, right?
Uncle Ron?
Are you?
Uncle Ron.
Holy Mac!
Gee.
He just dropped.
But Uncle Ron. Uncle Ron.
He's alive. Let us.
Yeah.
He's groaning. You okay?
What can we do? What can we do?
Oh, I'm okay.
Hey!
All right. I'm all right. The face, huh?
Sorry.
What happened? I blacked out there for a moment.
Well, you played the organ and were apparently
organ.
overwhelmed.
Was it a good joke?
You never got to it.
You haven't
okay.
told the joke yet. You probably shouldn't play it again.
Yeah, you might want to lay off for a little while.
I played it with too much fervor, I guess.
Yeah, you did. Sort of a religious
A
fervor.
religious fervor.
Glazed
that-
look on your face and just
Yeah.
healed over.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just
You
a
look a
little
little
disoriented. I'm okay.
A little pale and Juan.
I'm all right.
Well, he always
right.
looks that way.
You're right.
You look normal.
Here's our joke of the day. Thank you, Bear.
You okay?
This one came to us from an anonymous listener who apparently didn't want lunch and or dinner at the Subway, now with the Did you guys hear that Greg Louganis has been stripped of all his Olympic medals?
Didn't hear that.
You're kidding.
That's right. They apparently found traces of Ben Johnson in his urine.
Here's a little morning music.
Who's feeling?
Go ahead, try it again.
I don't want to spend all day at the urologist again.
I know, cold hands.
Or was he a proctologist? I don't even know.
Some kind of ologist.
Which way was I facing? Okay, all right.
I studied butts for 5 years of college.
And for all you other announcers in town listening to this show for some material, feel free. Take that organ and fondle it.
Just run a tape if you'd like, and whatever. Nah.
They don't have organs.
No.
They have...
They don't have testicles, at least.
Okay. Send us a joke of the day that we use, and we'll get you lunch at the Subway at 11 locations, now open until 2 a.m.
Hope this is
Today's
recording.
show came from Glenn Nutting in Louisville, Kentucky.
Nutting?
Nutting. N-U-T-T-I-N-G.
Have a good lunch, Glenn.
Is that like a verb?
Nutting, nutting, nutting. Here we go.
Oh, I'm nutting.
It's kind of a short one.
The
and
act of nutting.
It's a short joke. Joke of the day. How, gentlemen,
How?
do you stop an Iranian from drowning?
How do you stop an Iranian from drowning?
How do you do that?
You take your foot off his head.
First I was going to ask, why would you stop an Iranian from drowning?
Well, here we are again for more
Mature adult audience.
Are you casting aspersions on the man because he idolizes moi?
Well, I can't find it in here, so I still...
I'll show it to you. Let me have that back. I'm going to frame that sucker.
Let me see how
That goes up on the old wall of fame.
Well, I'll tell you what. The votes keep building, don't they?
I'm running for mayor, ladies and
you're on
gentlemen.
your
I'm
way to the
officially going to
mayoralship
do it
in this
because
thing.
he'll be doing the county judge thing. Sloan will be the governor.
Yeah.
Wilkinson will go ahead and do the Senate thing.
And, of course, you do have...
McConnell should probably be dead by then, so,
Yeah.
there'll be a chair open for me. Was from Robert Bentley in Louisville. Thank you, Bob. Here
have
we
a
go.
good lunch.
Joke of the day. A rural American country person
Tough word to say. Well
Backwoods.
is at a country dance where he has been trying all night long to pick up a woman. After several hours without any luck, he gives up, and in his frustration, he decides to leave the party.
Oh, dejected.
As he's walking home along an old country road, he comes across a pumpkin patch. In his depressed...
Uncle Ron, that's pumpkin patch.
Pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
In his depressed state, his manly urges get the best of him. He looks around to make sure there's no one nearby.
No.
Oh, come on.
Then he climbs over the fence into the pumpkin patch and
Pumpkin.
proceeds to cut a hole in one of the pumpkins.
Oh.
I'm getting an image here.
He then proceeds to
It's not pretty, is it?
get it on with the pumpkin.
With a pumpkin.
That, of course, meaning, making love, having sex.
Pumpkin rape.
If there's nothing else.
With said pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
After a few moments of this, he is suddenly surprised by a flashlight that is hitting him in the face. He looks up and realizes he's just been caught by a policeman.
How do you explain this?
Policeman says,
County
"What?"
sheriff.
Policeman says, "What are you doing with that pumpkin, boy?" How'd you like that? Was that pretty good?
That was great.
Excellent,
They
yeah.
do. They talk like that.
The young man thinks for a moment, looks at the cop and says, "Pumpkin? Is it midnight already?"
It's been said for many centuries that a fine meal is the finest thing in life. And now you can treat yourself to one of the finest things in life, an exquisite lunch or dinner at Forbidden City Chinese Restaurant. Forbidden City is new in Louisville, and it sets itself apart from other Chinese restaurants with its beautiful decor and elegant selections. Forbidden City at 9409 Shelbyville Road offers you exotic and delicious hors d'oeuvres, soups, and dinners. Forbidden City offers you tantalizing meals and the service and surroundings that make your evening special. Also stop by Forbidden City every day except Sunday from 3 to 6 for happy hour half-price drinks and free hors d'oeuvres.
I am now recording this to see if this is a microphone. I hope it is. I hope it is really a microphone. I hope it is a microphone.
We're on the radio and we need to grow up.
This came to us from Mike Murphy, who was in the Mighty Water Kings, was out there Friday with us at the Tiger for the Friday night Asylum party.
So he gets dinner for two.
He gets dinner for two at the Subway with 11 convenient locations, now open until 2 a.m. A lady is being examined by her doctor, and she asked him, Doc, is it possible to get pregnant through anal sex?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, fair question.
Doctor says, well, yes, you can, as a matter of fact. Where do you think lawyers come from? Isn't that a great joke?
Terrific.
Thank you, Michael.
It's happening right now. Sears announces the grand opening of Brand Central, the most exciting electronics and appliance store.
Gross out alert! Gross out alert! Warning! Warning! Gross out alert! Gross out alert!
No. Your job is secure as mine is.
Uncle Ron's Asylum is intended for a mature adult audience. Parental discretion is advised.
Tuesday's usually kind of a slow day. You
Happily fondling that organ for all of you ladies out there who like to watch a guy play with his organ.
You figuratively, of course, blow your wad every Monday because it's, the weekend.
I have no qualms whatsoever fondling my organ in front of ladies because
no one else will fondle it.
They love it so much. Here we go. Joke of the day. This one came to us. Where did this come to us from? This is obviously a joke. Guy's first name is Jack.
And the last name is probably not arable, right?
Mylogoff. Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you. Okay, here we go.
That was too fast.
Four gentlemen, four guys. This is from a guy named Jack in New Albany. I don't think his name's Jack, but who cares?
New Albany Jack.
Four guys are sitting around waiting to tee off for a round of golf and to pass the time their all-time favorite golfers were.
Interesting conversation. Yeah.
First guy said, well, Jack Nicklaus, he was such a great player. When the pressure was on, Jack always came through.
Golden Bear. Yeah.
Second guy says, well, I think it was Arnold Palmer because he really brought the game of golf to the prominence it enjoys today.
Sure.
Arnie.
Not to mention the tractor commercials we all love so much.
I love those.
Third guy says, well, I think it's Fuzzy Zeller because he's a local boy who made good.
Yeah. It's got a stupid name, but it's okay.
Fourth guy says his favorite golfer of all time is Bob Schwartz.
Bob Schwartz.
And the other three
Bob
golfers.
Schwartz.
Other three golfers look at each other wondering who Bob Schwartz is, and they finally ask him, who the hell is Bob Schwartz? The fourth guy says, well, Bob Schwartz is my next-door neighbor. Every Saturday morning, he goes out and plays 18 holes of golf, and I go over and pork his wife.
Once again, we're standing outside your local Druthers
Can Dry, Dr. Don, and Future Rock. Optional Lederhosen, Rocktoberfest. On the river, under the cement thing. Rocktober 30th, a real fall classic from 96 QMF.
WQMF Jeffersonville.
Uncle Ron's Asylum is intended for a mature adult audience. Parental discretion is advised.
Remember, it's cold. We
Man.
doubled over with pain on that.
No, that was pleasure. That was ecstasy.
Was that?
That was...
There's a fine line
There
there.
was no pain involved on that little...
Pain
Moment
is
of-
synonymous with pleasure.
fine line. Ooh.
She's into it. Julie knows.
Julie.
Nazi newswoman.
Yeah, she's into it. You know, Julie, I can't tell you how many people came up to us Friday night at the gig or at the Toy Tiger gig.
That's the truth.
I cannot tell you how many guys came up to us and said, Julie never answered the question.
Why don't you repeat that question, Uncle Ron?
How big are your nipples? Do you have those big
Are
brown
they like
things?
big brown ones? Or they?
Because she's a blonde. Now, you're a natural blonde, right?
Yeah.
They're pretty fair skinned.
So I'm going to have to.
Natural Aryans.
And I'm married to. I'm married to the same type. I mean, I'm married to a Welsh woman. So I mean, you get them big, soft brown things, you know, as opposed to little hard black ones.
Well,
We're talking about the
I
big,
think we discussed this before, and I said in
sort of a pinkish brown.
my all-consuming effort to please, I have one of each.
Like a husky?
Yeah, so, which,
Well, there you have it, man.
I'm very flexible that way.
That's right. Well, thanks for answering the question. You've made a lot of men happy. Gentlemen out there listening,
Take your pick.
There's your answer. You know,
Pick a breath.
that's
like,
right.
Like a husky.
Take your pick. Tonight you're in the mood for that, you go on that side. I don't know. I had the big brown one last night. I'm going for a little hard.
All right.
You know,
I don't want to spend that much time on the big nipple.
Let's do the joke of the day. Luckily, the joke of the day is a short one today.
Those Aryans.
Okay.
Anything can be done with science.
What?
Just ask an Aryan.
What did Joan Collins, star of Dynasty, say to King Kong?
What did Joan Collins
say to King Kong?
Is it in yet?
I
love that joke.
Warning! 39-foot Nipple Run! Warning! Gross out alert! Gross out alert! Warning! Gross out alert! Gross out alert!
Jeff, hold it for a minute. I hate to do this. You know, it's a joke of the day time, and it's...
What's going on?
Come here, Troy, would you lean over here for just a second?
Sure, what's going on? What was that for?
Why?
Don't keep saying the age, all right? Do you mind?
Ron, all he said was, 39.
Bear?
What?
Hey, Bear.
What?
Boom! Oh!
Let's get back to the joke of the day.
Uncle Ron's Asylum is
You're not
intended
gonna be
for
on
a
TV.
mature adult audience. Parental discretion is advised.
Ooh.
39 years old today, and the organ breaks.
All right. Who's responsible
Somehow
for
my
that?
face doesn't hurt anymore.
Who the hell's responsible for that?
For what? It's your organ.
We told you to take it easy, man.
Yeah.
Too much practicing.
You know,
39,
it's a
my-
high maintenance organ, and you just.
My organ just broke. God.
It's okay.
Well, 39, man.
Shut up. Shut up. For God's sake, shut up, will you please?
You figure how much abuse can it take?
All right.
You can get it.
You know how many
fixed,
disappointed women there are in the Quad State area this morning now because of that?
Is the warranty up?
Warranty. They didn't have warranties.
Just when I was learning how to use it properly, the damn thing breaks. Joke of the day. This came. I was going. Pat Willoughby from Louisville sent this one in.
Oh boy.
John walks into a local drinking establishment, goes up to the bar.
John.
Give me 2 doubles, he says to Joe, the bartender.
A double.
Joe, sensing that something is wrong, asks John, what's the trouble, sir? John says in a sobbing voice, well, I just found out my son is gay.
Oh, more than nightmare.
Joe, the bartender, says, boy, that's terrible. And he leaves the guy to himself for a little while. Next week, John comes back into the same bar, orders 3 doubles.
Oh, boy.
Bartender Joe says, is there trouble again?
What happened now?
John says in a sobbing voice, well, I just found out my other son is gay, too.
What a week he's had.
Good Lord, says Joe, the bartender. Isn't there anyone in your family who likes girls? John, in a sobbing voice, says, yeah, my wife.
Oktoberfest. Time you buy tires, remember every rotten story you've ever heard about tire dealers.
We don't have to. Uncle Ron's Asylum is intended for a mature adult audience. Parental discretion is advised.
All right. Oh, good. You saw the doctor. That's
Still working, even though
after all.
after the workout last night, up in the knobs, after the workout that organ took last night,
Yeah.
it's still
Did you make it through a commercial
still
break?
works.
You made it through a commercial break last night? Did you? Come
Yeah,
on.
shut up.
Did you? No, I'm
All right,
serious.
you shut up, all right? Quit casting aspersions on my prowess, my sexual prowess.
That's a lack of prowess.
Yeah, that's why Jaws calls me Conan, all right? Do I have to say any more about that? Sometimes
you don't.
Godzilla.
Really?
Yeah. Here's our joke of the
I
day.
guess that has something to do with your breath. Well, no, come on. That was a joke. That was a
All
joke.
I have to say is there's one very satisfied woman lying up in the knobs this morning. You know what I'm talking about, folks.
You got that subscription to Red
Here we
Bull?
go.
Okay.
Joke of the day.
Joke of the day. Today's joke of the day.
Gentleman stops at a bar on his way home and strikes up a conversation with a very well-endowed blonde lady.
Don't say broad. That's not good.
Everything is going very nice. They're talking, having a few drinks, and then
All right.
she gives him the bad news. She's apparently a hooker.
Ah, boy.
So he offers her $10. She laughs
No kidding.
and says, "I'm not budging off this stool, sir, for less than 50." So he finishes up his drink, says goodbye, and heads home. Later that night, the same guy and his wife return to that bar for a couple of drinks. They're sitting at a table drinking. Blonde walks over to the table and says, "See? I told you, look what kind of a pig you get for $10."
Shouldn't have gone back to that same bar.
Hello, I'm Lee Hamilton. I'd like to talk.
That would be good.
Uncle Ron's Asylum is intended for a mature adult audience. Parental
That would be
discretion is
groovy.
advised.
Is that good, Uncle Ron? Groovy? Does that work?
Groovy?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Groovy, bitchin', far out, way out.
Any of that
Gnarly?
Gnarly.
No,
Sure.
gnarly.
Well, gnarly for the West Coast.
Tubular.
I guess so.
You know.
Okay.
There's a lot of words you could use to describe that. Big lump of goo floating up and down in the old lava lamp.
Wow.
Here's our joke of the day.
You
Send
know
us
what?
a joke of the day and we'll use it. What?
It's like lava.
And yet it's a lamp. It's a
That's why they
lamp.
call it that. All right.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I'll make the connection
Unplug
now,
it
you
and
know.
pay attention to the show here, will you?
Joke of the day. The joke of the day. Love
A
the
young...
lamp.
I haven't fondled my organ for the ladies yet.
We're hoping we can get that.
Couple days off and look at that sucker spring to life.
I bet they were clinging to the radio
Yes.
waiting for that to happen.
Hallelujah. A young, attractive man picks up his blind date
Here.
and takes her to a carnival. And they get to the carnival. He says, "Well, what would you like to do?" She said,
Carnival date.
"I want to get weighed." He obliges, takes her to the weighing booth, and happily, she wins a prize. Then he takes her on the Ferris wheel, and again, he says, "Well, what would you like to do now?"
Mm-hmm.
And again, she says, "I want to get weighed." He refused to oblige her the second time.
This is strange.
She becomes indignant. He promptly takes her home.
Good words.
Yeah.
When her roommate opens the door, she says, "Well, how was your evening?" And the girl says, "Wowsy."
I'll be back to explain that later.
To the doctor one day and says, "Doc, I can't take it anymore. My husband won't leave me alone. I've got 11 kids. I've got to kill myself."
Oh,
11 kids?
depression.
The doctor says, "You can't do that, ma'am." The lady says, "Don't talk to me. I've got to do it. You got to help me. I can't jump off a building. You've got to tell me a way to do this, please."
Yeah.
He spends about 2 hours trying to talk this lady out of it, but in the end, he finally gives in and says, all right. You want to do this? You go home, you get your husband's shotgun, you go into the bedroom, you undress, you get into bed, and you shoot yourself 2 inches under your left breast."
2 inches.
The woman says thanks, goes home, and blows off her left kneecap.
Apparently, to the dragging stage in life.
11 kids.
QMF Road Rescue Traffic is brought to you by Long Run Goodyear, your one-stop shop for tires and service. Will you please? And don't give me the stupid look. Wipe the goofy look off your face and back
What goofy look?
That one right there.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Was I aware it was a goofy look?
Well, it's because your parents have been lying to you your whole life.
You're not a cute kid, Bear.
It's 96 QMF, time for the joke of the day. I'm sorry we have to be so blunt.
Your girlfriend said Troy.
You look like
some of these
Kukla.
guys, Here we go. Send us the joke of the day.
I got a girlfriend, Bear.
That we use on the air, and we will indeed use it on the air, which means we don't have anything to give you yet, but the joke of the day will be sponsored any day now. And when it is, when it is, you'll get something for your joke.
Expect it.
We have sort of a double joke situation this morning since I have a kind of a short joke. I'm going to do two very short jokes.
I've heard that.
And we're going...
Excuse me.
And they both pertain to political kind of topics. So we're going to get political this morning on the Asylum with two short political jokes. Here we go. Do either of you gentlemen know what wool underwear and Michael Dukakis have in common?
Wool underwear
and Michael Dukakis.
What do they have in common?
I don't know.
Well, they both irritate Bush. Okay. That was. Thank you, Jay Becht from Jeffersonville, for that. Here's our second one.
No prize for you.
Nothing. What would
Not
be,
that you don't deserve one. I'm sorry.
What would be one of the best things about electing a woman president?
The best thing about electing a woman president.
I don't know.
Well, we wouldn't have to pay her as much.
We've been talking about Skyline Chili on the queue.
So,
too white.
Russell Brennan, who put a PS on there, it says, life begins at 40. I like that, Russell. Nice attitude. Thanks, man. Thanks
He's
for cheering me
17,
up.
by the way, so he
Yeah,
can say that.
He's not. Okay, our joke of the day. And today, Russell, luckily, gets
two.
These things.
Okay, and they are.
Whatever the hell they are.
Two cheese conies from Skyline Chili, along with a along with a 3, 4, or 5-way chili from Skyline Chili.
That's what he gets for
excellent read, Bear.
using his joke
No
today.
problem. Free with this card.
Felt. I mean, that was a heartfelt read.
Plainview Village Center, I-64.
Oh, and a 1, 2, 3 4 chili. What?
Hey, come on.
The conviction, the depth of that.
All right. Hey, 3, 4,
Here we go.
5-way chili.
Okay, here we go. To Uncle Wiggly and crew, hello. Here's my joke for the joke of the day or for your book. Thank you, sir. It's from Russell.
Thanks, Russ.
A woman who works at the circus goes to her doctor to get some green spots that are on the inside of her thighs checked out.
Green spots on the inside of her
She's getting
thighs.
nervous, getting some green spots on her thighs, getting kind of nervous.
She
Doctor,
should be. It could have been dried spinach.
Doctor gives her a thorough examination, takes a complete series of tests.
I hate spinach.
Several weeks go by. The results of the test come back. He calls her in.
Yeah.
Looks at her with a puzzled expression and says, do you have a boyfriend? The lady says, well, yes, I do. He works at the circus with me. He's a gypsy. Doctor says, well, you can tell him that his earrings are apparently not real gold. Gentlemen,
how
do gay Americans remove their condoms?
How do gay Americans
remove their condoms?
They fart. It's 7:23 at QMF. We're looking for the guy who sent us this. Somebody sent us a big computer readout sheet with a million jokes. Thank you, sir.
You only get one lunch, though.
Yeah.
Guy.
What do you get, gentlemen, when you cross a black American gentleman and a Japanese American gentleman?
What do you get when you cross a black American gentleman
and a Japanese American gentleman?
You get a guy who, every December 7th, has the uncontrollable urge to attack Pearl Bailey. Gentlemen,